Sacred Antennas Between Worlds. It's a bit of a mouthful of a title, but let's see where we get to with regards to the natural world and the cosmic world, because it's all about bringing those two together, isn't it? So if you are new to my channel, hi, I am Azria. I'm a frequency translator, and I've been working with and knowing about energies and frequencies my entire life. And over the past number of years, it has been bringing the cosmic and the natural together, because our star beings and our multidimensionality, it's about connecting it all together now. It is about knowing, it's about bringing all that ancient wisdom back. It's about connecting into those higher dimensions and higher consciousnesses. I can never say that word. And really working with them. And because each of us can, we're all energy beings. Well, again, that's probably another question for another day. But as I said, if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, if you can like, share, and subscribe if this content aligns with you. And if you do have any questions or would like to contact me, all my details are underneath this video at alarianresonance.com. That's where you'll find, as I say, all my contact details, services, blogs, and so much more, which I'll come on to in a second. If you're returning, hi, nice to see you. I said, I'm building up this channel, building up this communication. And the one biggest thing that I really wanted to share as well is we're all going on a journey. And by sharing it on YouTube and all the other platforms, it's not about mine's better than yours, or I've experienced this and you haven't. It's being able to share that journey, share that story, share that knowledge, because we're all learning from each other. And I really hope that through this these videos, and that you learn something, and I'm learning all the time as well. I mean, yes, okay, as I said, I've been dealing with this for a very, very long time. And you will hear me say it, because I find it absolutely extraordinary, and it really makes my heart sing when, like, back in the 80s and 90s, when you mention things like energy or Reiki or crystals, people looked at you as if you had three heads. But now, oh, it's amazing. It's an absolute breath of fresh air. It really is. And it's for those sensitive souls as well, like myself, who have always known that there's a difference, always known that there is more, always feeling deeper connections, always feeling everything around them, and sometimes it being completely and utterly overwhelming. And also there is, again, a lot of information out there, and some amazing information, and that's what we're going to come on to now with Earth Energies, Antennas Between Worlds. Sorry, I was just looking at the title, because I don't know about you, but ever since I can remember, people have called me, oh, a tree hugger. I go around and hug trees. Yes, 110%. Why wouldn't you? They're incredible. Those energies, those frequencies, those connections. And damn, if you like taking your shoes off and standing on the earth as well, oh, even more. I mean, I know they do the shoes now where it's like they're natural shoes, and it's the different materials and things, which I would love to try. But if not, you know what? Like I do sometimes, just take your shoes and socks off. Even better. Hopefully now the weather's getting better. Anyway, I digress. So as I said, when I was walking through the woods or the park and things like that, it was always getting that connection to something that felt safe, something that felt home, something that felt, again, we didn't really have the words then, but over the years, there has been, isn't there? There has been these amazing people were like, say, within the dowsing community, for example, where I found these particular individuals who I'm going to talk about in a moment. But even, I mean, you don't even have to go in the forest and the woods. It might be a tree down your local road or down your local block if you're my American friends. Hopefully I said that right. But, or it might be one in your local park, or it might be one on your local green, or it might be even in your back garden. Maybe you moved to a certain house because it had that tree there. I've known that before now. I've definitely known that before now. So I want to take this on, as I said, a little bit of a journey now. Because, as I said, for myself, it was having that level of knowing and, well, maybe not even understanding, but knowing within here. And then obviously as you get older, you pick up more and more things. So as I said, I picked up my first pendulum when I was 12, roughly. So a pendulum is a weight on the end of a string, and I will be doing some more videos with regards to divination and those type of things. And to see what else the world has to tell me. Well, not has to. See what else energies in the world can tell me in different ways. And that led me on to various conferences over the years. Gatherings of people, sharing of information. And I was getting to a point where I was not necessarily frustrated, but where I knew that there was more to it. And now, again, maybe being slightly neurospicy, that I couldn't find written down or anything like that. Because, yes, okay, the internet was a thing, but you need to put in the right words to find the right information. It's data, basic data. So, and as I said, I went to this one conference and it was the biggest light bulb moment because I came across a gentleman by the name of Gordon Field, and he introduced me to a term called a beacon tree. And now, before I go any further, this isn't going to be a particularly long video, but if you do want to find out more how you can connect, where they are, a little bit more around this story, a bit around a couple of the gentlemen I'm going to mention as well, it's in my blog on my website in the description underneath. So, and all on, the socials, Facebook, etc. at Azria Official. Okay, so alarianresonance.com. Click on the link in the bio underneath, and there you'll find the blog, which has way more information. But he's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man. And said there was a few other speakers there, which over the whole weekend completely blew my mind. And now we're not just talking about like 2 or 3 years ago. We're talking a little bit further back than that. And it was almost as though I'd found someone who was talking my language. He was saying, oh, I'm getting all goosebumps just talking about it. It was the first time ever I'd met somebody and they were talking about how their hands tingle with certain trees. They were talking about how they get this kind of like lightheadedness all around just their ears. They were talking about how with some trees, even before you get close to them, it's kind of like your feet are kind of like in not quicksand, like that they're stuck to the floor. And I was like, wow, you're one too. I don't know what one I'm talking about, but and it was extraordinary. And there was loads of other people at this conference, and again, I'm sharing this because I don't know if you've had any of this as well. All the different connections, all the different feelings. Again, we are talking about frequency, vibration, connection. that calibration between your multidimensionality and that being's, that tree that has its connection both to the cosmos and to all those, and I'm not even going to call them roots, connections underneath the earth. All those different I say waterways, and I don't believe that's the correct term, so please double check me in the blog underneath. But all those waves, remember, all the water goes from through the earth as well, so there's that level of connection. There's connection to other trees, there's connections to other plant life, and don't even get me started with regards to the elementals. So the fairies, the gnomes, and so on, which I will be doing more about as well. But I said this is particularly about what we're calling beacon trees, guardian trees, devas. Because to me, I kind of see trees as a little bit like a family. So you've got like the daddy trees. So that they are the beacon trees. They are the ones who are very much connecting. They're the ones who are pushing all that information out. You've got the guardians, so that's more like your mother figure. They're the protectors. They're the ones that kind of looking around going, right, what's going on? What energy do I need to send out in order to help maybe the little ones grow, and so on and so forth. I am putting this in a slightly more simplistic term, so please bear with me. But it's just to kind of get the ball rolling, if you like. Now, and then you've got like the smaller trees. So they're like the little brothers and sisters. They're the ones that are just starting to get established. And where I'm said using some of the language in regards to devas, guardian trees, beacon trees, etc. A lot of this, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, has been very much kept within the geomancy and the dowsing communities. Because again, it was only when I went to this particular conference that I knew anything about it. And I think the way that we are moving into this new world, into these higher levels of consciousness, I think this understanding around how our ancestors used to connect in with the trees, connect in with that whole community that's going on underneath the earth, but how then that links to our star beings, how that links to our planetary system, because it's not one and another. It's not, okay, Earth is here and we're kind of, yeah, absolutely living on the earth and we're respecting it and we're working with it. But this is just more information of how to work with it. But then there's that little bit that I'm adding in there. Well, not me, as I said, it's all the ancients and that have gone before. And the other Hamish, oh God, I forgot the gentleman's name. Is it going to be, if I go down here, Hamish Miller, who was I'm just checking on the thing here, the Sun and the Serpent book. And I must not forget, sorry, I just clicked through to my screen there. Also at these conferences, another one I went to, I had the absolute pleasure of meeting a gentleman by the name of Rory Duff, who unfortunately left, obviously Miller left a while back, quite recently, so my heart and my thoughts go out to him and his family, and condolences from that. But I'm sure he's doing so much work up there as well, but it's never an easy time, so sending lots of love and blessings your way, and just thanking him as well. And as I said, Hamish and Gordon, and I'm sure there's so many other people that I could be mentioning as well. But again, sometimes I felt that a lot of this information was kept in kind of like the sciencey bit. But there are those individuals who cross over that line between sort of the science and the spiritual, or the science and the energetic, or the science and the esoteric. As I said, there are those who stay very much in kind of like, no, it's just science and we need this, and this. And no, I don't know what you're talking about. Star beings, there are planets, but that's it. There's nothing happening on those planets. And it's a minefield. But this also connects in with the larger picture as well. And what I mean by larger picture is, again, what is happening on this planet? What is happening within our planetary systems when we talk about unified fields and all of that jazz? And now I'm just setting out teasers right now. But just bringing it back, because I'm aware this video has gone on for a little bit longer than I planned to, and you'll hear me say that all the time, because it's just something I'm so incredibly passionate about and always have been. And I think it's just so fantastic to have platforms to share this on now. And as I said, this isn't necessarily just my information. It's people like that who have shared theirs that I've been also working with for, as I said, for many, many years now. So whenever I go for walks in the woods, there are certain trees that call to me. Even when I go, as I said, back to places I haven't been for a long time, it's kind of like, oh, it's nice to see an old friend. So if this is something that interests you, if this is something you've gone, that's me too. Hi, nice to meet you. Because it is all about sharing now. It is all around passing on information. As I said, some of this may align with you, and other bits might go, what the hell is she talking about? But take what aligns. And that's the same with all information that's out there at the moment. And I'm not going to get on my soapbox, but because that's not the purpose of this. But please do feel free, if in regards to looking at the blog below, because I said that goes into way more information about how to actually start fully connecting in with, it's kind of like they're like the piggy in the middle, you know, the game where you throw the ball, one person stands in the middle and you try and catch it. They're the kind of the antennas, as I've said, between right in the middle of the earth and right up there. And there will be other videos that I'll be doing, that how sort of because the information is still being transmitted through, about how that actually connects in with the star beings a little bit more. But the main thing is before we even start looking at the bigger picture, is how is that going to help me? What can I do with that? What does that what does that mean for me? So next time you take the dog for a walk, or you go out for a walk in the woods, or that one particular tree, you notice it every single time. Just stand back from it a second. Hopefully shoes off, but if not, it's fine. And just take a second. Put your intention on that tree, focus in on that tree, and say, is it okay if I approach? Because what we're learning, and what we're remembering. Because we're not learning anything new. We're remembering. But then how does that feel? Is that feeling safe? Is that feeling calm? Have you noticed that your body very, very slightly maybe rocks forward, as if it's sort of pulling you towards it? Or, as I said before, I've been to some trees where I couldn't move my feet. So therefore I was like, I can't get close to you. My feet will not move. So therefore you don't. And I think one of the last things that I would like to say is that in this time of, well, it's called a spade, chaos, is that whether it's a beacon tree, a guardian tree, whether it's a young tree, whatever, they are amazing energy transmuters. So again, if you are feeling a bit down or a bit low or a bit stressed, do your couple of steps first in order to respect that tree, asking it for permission, etc. Again, more information in the blog. And then, yeah, go and give it a damn good hug. But again, it's setting the intention of releasing all that. I'm not saying that it's going to fix you. You're going to come away and be like, oh, okay, I'm fine. I'm really happy. This is fantastic. I'm full of energy. Woo! Well, that's what it does for me, but a lot of the time people are going, oh, where's Azria? She's hugging a tree. Or she's in the woods. Well, especially my neighbours, it's kind of like, oh, she's laying on the grass again, but it's cold. Anyway, I digress. They're wonderful transmuters of energy. And don't think, oh, I've got rather a lot. Is it too much? No. Never too much. So as I said, if you'd like to find out a little bit more, the blog's below. Please do like, share and subscribe. If you do have any questions or would like to get in contact about any more of this information, please feel free. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I didn't actually light a candle this time, but because it is a bright, gorgeous day, and I just really wanted to jump on here really, really quickly, even though I've been on here for 20 minutes. And just to say, sending lots of love from my heart to yours. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.